This video is about the heart.
So in previous lessons we found out that the heart or cardiac muscle is an involuntary muscle. It just beats by itself. It doesn't need you to think about making it contract. So we're going to create a very simple diagram of what the heart looks like. We're going to be able to name the different parts of the heart and the different chambers of the heart. Do you want to press stop? So this is Viola. Viola's never really looked at the heart, so we're going to work it through now. So we've made a very simple shape. Viola's at the top, and like the goal is like where your head would be in your body, and then I'm standing where your feet would be in your body. So Viola, can you please stand in that side? Actually, put one foot either side. There you go. So Viola is standing at the top, and actually it's kind of perfect because her feet, where her feet are planted, she's making the letter A. So the letter A, the chambers at the top of the heart are called atrium. Atrium. Viola, what are they called?
Atrium.
Atrium. And stand in the next two down, straddle. So these ones are called the ventricles. What are they called?
Ventricles.
Ventricles. Drop your rugby ball. Right, can you do a V's up? A V's up, like create a V like that. Do that. As in, just this. Exactly what I'm doing, do that. This. With one hand. With the other hand, put it on top like that. So, we always remember this because if you were to put your fingers like this, these fingers create an A for atrium, they're the top of your heart, and these fingers, they create a V for your what?
Your
ventricles.
Ventricles.
Happy?
Yeah.
So, stand in the atrium. Ventricles, ventricles, atrium. Ventricles. Perfect. So we're now going to look at the atriums and the ventricle. What's the right side, what's the left side before we move on. So you can see that there is a big divide, a thicker divide there of the heart. So that's a really thick wall of the heart. Now that has got the name, which is the same name as the bit in between your nostrils. Viola, point to it. So that separates that piece of skin, the right nostril and the left nostril. So the name of that is your septum. What's it called, Viola?
Septum.
Septum, yeah. So the thick wall in the middle is your septum. Now, we need to discuss what's the right-hand side and what's the left-hand side. So as you're watching this, it looks as though Viola's insignia from her club, it looks to you like it's on the right. But Viola, if you put that arm up, is that your right or your left hand?
It's my left.
It's your left. And any image that we ever see of the heart is always from this perspective, looking on like that person is looking you in the face. Viola, can you turn around and face the wall? One foot either side. So that post-it note, can you put your left hand up? That post-it note is on the left. So if you were to be looking this way, yeah, the left is the left. But unfortunately, it's confusing. Pictures are always the other way around. Face me. So, can you stand in this box? That is your right atrium. Actually, I think I've got this wrong. Okay, I just had to pause because It confuses me even. That is the right atrium. To us, watching it on video, it looks as though it's on the left, but it's not. It's actually the right. Okay, Viola, go to the other side. This is the left atrium. Happy? Can you please stand in the left ventricle? Get your left hand up, just so we know. And now the right ventricle. Yeah, that's all right. So the left and the right side of the heart are separated by the thick bit. It's the same as in between your nose. Come on, just have a guess. Just say something.
I don't know.
No, say it.
Sesame.
Sesame. It's separated by your septum.
Septum.
And there's a bit of confusion between what's your right and what's your left. So Viola, you are now stood in the
Ventricle.
right ventricle. Can you stand in the right atrium? Okay, now the left atrium and the left ventricle. Perfect. What's the big thick skin in between the heart, the walls? Come on, get it right. Cestium. Septum.
Septum.
Okay, perfect.
Now I'm going to introduce the valves of the heart.
Valves.
Valves.
Perfect. So Viola is going to represent blood and blood going through the heart. So Viola, if you walk into the heart and she's going in, is that the left or the right atrium, Viola?
This is the right atrium.
Yeah, it's the right atrium. And you can see that these green gateways are the valves, and that's what they are. They're just a gateway. So she's going to come through that valve and then into the right or left ventricle, Viola?
Right
ventricle. And then out through this valve. Now, we've got exactly the same on the other side. The easy ones to remember are these. This one here and this one here. And the reason why that's easy is because they've got the same name. They're both called semi-lunar valves.
Semi-lunar valves.
Semi-lunar valves. Lunar is like a name for the moon, and it's like a half moon. It's like shaped like a half moon. Semi-lunar valves. So this one is a semi-lunar valve. This one is a semi-lunar valve. The other two in the middle, they're called cuspid valves, and the way that you remember them, because they've got a prefix before them, and cuspid, yeah, so they're both cuspid. One of them has got 2 parts and the other one has 3. So this one here is called your bicuspid. Viola, how many wheels on a bicycle?
2.
2.
Bi.
So
3,
what
try.
Say again?
3. Try.
Okay, so remember that. A bicycle has 2 wheels.
2.
A tricycle has...
3.
How many sides does a triangle have?
3.
Three.
Try.
3.
Try. Angle.
Stop trying. 3. Okay, right, Viola, come and stand by this one. This one is called the bicuspid valve.
Bicuspid valve.
The other one, go and stand by the other one, is called the tricuspid valve.
Tricuspid valve.
This one here has got 2 bits, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's called the bicuspid.
Yeah.
This one here is called the tricuspid. So what should it have?
3.
3. So just add another section just for the diagram. You work it out and then I'll show you how I want it afterwards. So you need to have 3 separate bits. How are you going to do that? Doesn't need to look perfect.
Just this one.
Yeah, just that one, because that's the tricuspid. Put it down then, when you're ready, in your own time. Good. In your own time. You can't block it though, can you? Because oh, okay, interesting.
So they don't go off that way.
Yeah, no, I like what you've done there. I'm actually going to change it, just slightly. I'm just going to put it there like that, just as a visual. So this one, as you come in, is the tricuspid valve.
Right.
So through the tricuspid, out the half moon, semi-lunar
valve.
Semi-lunar valve. Yeah, brilliant. Come to the other side for me. Walk around. So this is the tricuspid valve. So into the right or left?
The left.
Is it A or V?
Left. Atricle.
Atricle. Into the left atrium.
Atrium.
And you're going to go through this valve. What is that valve called?
The
How many bits are there? Cuspid. Bicustid valve.
Yeah.
In through the bicuspid.
Bicuspid valve.
Okay, and then when you go through this one, what's that one called? The half moon?
Semi-lunar valve.
Okay, go on and go through it. Right, let's swap over. So you come to there. So the reason why you've got valves, they're like gates. So as the blood comes through, as it's flowing that way, it's perfect. But if the blood were to try and come back this way, what's the gate going to do, Viola?
Close.
Yeah, it's going to close like this. So the blood can't come back, so you won't get backflow of blood. It's the same in here. It can flow out of that gate, but if it tries flowing back in, it closes. Tricuspid, bicuspid. The blood goes through the gate or the valve. If it tries coming back, then the gate closes. That's the bicuspid valve. What's that valve called, Viola?
Semi-lunar valve.
Brilliant. What this one?
Tricuspid valve.
Tricuspid. You remember that? How?
3.
3. Good go. Let's stop.